Fortnite Chapter 7 is finally going to be here in like 6 or 7 hours, and we're going to be testing a ton of graphics cards, CPUs, GPUs, and all different kinds of combos because those are the most popular videos on our channel, and hopefully you guys can pick your first gaming PC out from this season because the leaks look really awesome, but I didn't get early access. I don't want to wait 6 or 7 hours for it to come out, so we're going to be reacting to Nick A30's video because he goes into really great detail, better than a lot of the other creators that got the early access. So let's hop in and see what he has to say.
I just got back from the Fortnite Chapter 7 premiere, and everything you'd ever want to know is encrypted in this USB right here. FBI! No! It started off great. I walked the red carpet, hit my emote, met a...
Dude, there's a reason. I know people make fun of Nick A30, but like, he's a good content creator.
Put some amazing icons, and then snuck past security to get this footage right here. This is everything new in Fortnite Chapter 7. From the new Battle Pass, new settings, and
oh good, he's got the Battle Pass.
New features in-game. Let's start with the Battle Pass. Code NickA30 if you guys do want to support me, please and thank you.
Or you could use code MMillerPCs, you know, if you want to do that. That would be cool.
The Chapter 7 Battle Pass is a brand new look, and what they did looks amazing. Previously, in order to see all the skins you get in a Battle Pass, you'd have to go through every single page. But now every single character is laid out in front of you with their own unique animation as well.
Oh, that's the Back to the Future guy. That's cool. So Nick A30 just quickly goes through the Battle Pass here. There is a brand new layout and that sort of thing for the Battle Pass where you can see all the skins up front and you don't have to like cycle through the whole entire thing. And he goes through each one individually here with the Kill Bill and all the other things that are going to be in the season. And, you know, if you want to see more of that, you can go watch his video. But I think it's pretty cool. There's some pretty neat skins in here, but, you know, we can totally just go skip to the fun part. Oh, that is pretty sick, actually. Now, there is a new setting called Simple Build, and I watched Roadie Bros video as well on this, and it looks like you can place more than one building platform, like a wall and a ramp or a wall and a floor at the same time. And this kind of scares me because it could be like super duper duper sweaty, and that is not something that we want in Fortnite.
The locker also got a slight tweak. You can now bind 8 emotes ear to ear. It was a sight that I wish I captured on camera, but here it is.
All right, so right here is where they're going to now surf into the map. And Nick kind of explains this here pretty well, but the way it goes is there's like an entire tsunami around the entire map, and there's a timer that runs down, and at the end of the timer, you shoot up and launch in the air, and you glide to wherever you want to go. You have about like 15 seconds or so, I think, before you actually shoot up in the air and glide. But what makes this super duper awesome is that all these sweats and all these people that like plan their drops out meticulously and know where every single chest is, I think it's going to make competitive super awesome, even though the competitive players are griping about it. I think it's going to make it so much better to watch Fortnite and everything else. And supposedly there's going to be a twist to the battle bus, but I'll let you see that from Nick's point of view here in just a second.
Everyone is spread out along the entire perimeter of the storm circle across the whole map. But the crazy thing about this start to a match is you really can't pick the same spot that you want to go to every single game. If you keep going forward, you hit this invisible barrier and you can't move until the countdown hits 0, or you can turn around and go to the wave where you'll automatically jump when you get to the end. There's no manual jump or kickflip, which I was hoping for, but one really cool fact which I love, you see this countdown? If you time the countdown on 0 to when you jump in the air on the edge of the wave, you'll actually be able to get even more air and go higher up to reach further in. I was actually speaking to an Epic dev, and they said later in the season, we're going to be repairing the battle bus by doing our quests, and once it's fixed, there'll be a random chance at the start of a match that you surf or that you actually get deployed from the battle bus.
Okay, that is sweet. Now it's complete. That is, I'm okay with it. That's like a perfect touch. It's going to be either surfing or a battle bus later in the season. I hope they keep that going forward because I think it just adds so much. And I bet what they'll do is collect data, and they'll collect the data on whether or not that this really is something that people like or don't like. And I'm sure they'll also collect like how many people are alive in certain circles and stuff like that to see if it makes the game more competitive and more interesting with doing it this way. I think it's a great touch. That's a great way to keep the game alive.
All right, now let's take a look at the map. Initially, the first POIs I was discovering resembled Chapter 6, like this sewer area right here. I even saw a little bit of chapter 3. It didn't really feel like there was anything new until I got like 3 minutes into exploring, and man, oh man, they did not disappoint. You could really see the amount of time Epic put into this map. I'm talking a theme park that lights up at night, the Hollywood sign which can be seen from far away, California underpasses with graffiti, deserts that resemble Las Vegas, the Sphere actually from Las Vegas. Keep in mind, I'm
Going to Las Vegas in January for a tech conference for CES, which is what my main YouTube channel's for.
playing on all low graphics, yet everything still pops. And that's just the beginning. The moment you begin looting, you'll realize another thing Fortnite always nails. Brand new interiors for practically every POI you enter. They're all fresh, modern, and very Hollywood. You're gonna feel like you're on the West Coast. But visuals aside, let's talk about what really matters. The loot. We have two ARs, the Enforcer and the Deadeye. This Deadeye is the
All right, so we have two ARs, the Enforcer and Deadeye. That's nice. We only got to see the one with Rhodey, but the red dots, if it's, I'm sure Nick will talk about it. If it's hit scan, that makes me nervous when there's a red eye hit scan weapon. I feel like you're just gonna get drilled all the way across the map, and that's really annoying. But maybe it's not hit scan.
best. But here's the twist. Remember when I showed you this setting earlier? Well, you're gonna want to see and hear these new effects. That's right, hit markers have a brand new look and sound, and the elim is just way too satisfying.
I really think that the hit markers and the elim popping up looks so cool right now.
Now, you may have noticed this new iron pump shotgun. As the name suggests, this is our pump shotgun, which definitely is the go-to. The other is called twin hammer shotguns, which look really cool. I mean, look at this.
Oh, that's not the pump and dump. It's twin hammer shotguns. This will probably be a zero build meta if I had to guess.
With 3 quick shots before a reload, dealing much less damage.
I really love the Reaper Sniper.
Personally don't think it's going to be worth it to carry, especially with so many other great weapons, like the new Arc Lightning Gun.
I can already see his 100 players versus the Lightning Gun video he's going to make for sure.
You just have to know it's a close range weapon. Now, at first, I'm like, this weapon's decent. But then I realized it chains lightning to nearby structures. And then
Oh, that'll be cool, actually.
I realized it can chain lightning to nearby enemies too.
No way. In squads, I told you zero build squads is going to be super annoying.
The Forbidden Vow Blade is another item you can spot on the map. Once you enter this portal, you will claim it, and just like the Arc Lightning Gun, you can chain 3 slashes while in the air for some really solid movement. I will say, this is not a weapon you're going to want to use up close. It barely does any damage, but
That's the way I like it as a movement only item. I don't like when these swords and stuff do so much damage.
it is fun to use, feeling like a hybrid of past blades we've gotten. This attack reminds me of the Typhoon Blade from Chapter 6, and this dash reminds me of the Kinetic Blade from Chapter 4, but it's much better. Overall, worth picking up for mobility, but that's it. Now, this blade isn't the only way to get around the map. Fortnite introduced wingsuits, giving you another way to launch yourself in the air and
I wonder if wingsuits are going to be a cosmetic moving forward.
glide across the island. Let me tell you,
Oh no, the item itself is just a windsuit. Okay, that makes sense.
it is fun. When you activate it, you do this animation like Iron Man's flight kit back in Chapter 5. It flings you into the air and you automatically deploy your wingsuit. This is where momentum matters. If you keep angling upwards, you'll lose all your speed and you end up just going straight down. So you kind of have to feel the speed you have and know when to adjust your camera angle accordingly. It's a super fun learning curve, knowing when to dive and glide back up. But how effective against enemies is it? I actually tested how quickly you can fire your weapon the moment you land. And right here, I'm pressing my fire button repeatedly. There's a slight delay between landing and shooting, but it feels right. As I was gliding through the air, you may have noticed these new hot air balloons. These will always be moving throughout the map. When you make your way onto one, you'll notice similar.
Okay, so back to the movement item, the wingsuits. It's pretty cool. It looks like you're going to be able to go pretty far with them. It's already kind of annoying that people can run away from you so much in game. But I think you got to have some kind of movement or it makes the game not as fun. So I get it. And this doesn't seem too overpowered, but I am interested to see what these hot air balloons are like.
Loot to the train last chapter. I can see these hot air balloons providing a fun vantage point for sniping, especially because they appear indestructible and most times hard to get to. Something else that's extremely hard to get is the brand new self-revive device. We can now revive ourselves even in solos.
No way. Self-revive device. Wow. That is a game changer. And it does it. I don't see it taking up a slot. Oh, but it does take time to get off.
You could find these in vending machines, which are actually marked on the map.
2,500 gold. Self-revive. Oh man, that's crazy.
And you can also find these in supply drops. Speaking of supply drops, there's yet another new feature to show you guys. So in a match, for every single storm circle that closes, there is a chance that an anomaly will activate. Right here, you see the anomaly is care packages. In another game, I got hide and seek, where standing still or crouching turned you invisible. So again, these are completely random and apparently there's a lot more, but you could have a match where no anomalies spawn at all. The same goes for the new reboot van. There's a chance you stumble upon this with the yellow wheel boots, meaning the good version didn't spawn at all. However, big thank you to Sancho West for sending footage of what it does look like when you find one without the yellow boots. It's literally a portable reboot van where whenever you boost, you'll hear this siren too. The back is designed for you to put any knocked teammates inside and they'll auto revive.
That is crazy. You get an auto revive reboot van oh my gosh. And look, I don't even know what to say to that. That is so cool. And the anomaly thing where you can have like every game can feel a little bit different and it's not going to just feel repetitive over and over and over again. This might be the best Fortnite season ever.
Nonetheless, if you prefer solos, you're in good hands because yet another new addition is transforming into a boss. If you see this on the map, go to it and interact. You'll gain an additional 25 health and 25 shield. You'll become huge. You'll gain an ability that you can activate at any time that spawns AI around you and grants you increased stamina and low gravity. There are other bosses you can transform into that will grant different abilities, like this one that gave me 0-point dashes instead of the low gravity effect. There is so much detail added to everything, making it one of the best chapters.
I don't even... So I do think that could be heck of annoying if... I don't know, if you transform into a boss, does it give you extra health and shield and stuff? Did he say that?
Is transforming into a boss. If you see this on the map, go to it and interact. You'll gain an additional 25 health and 25 shield. You'll become huge. You'll gain an ability that you can activate
only 50, so I don't think that's terrible.
At any time that spawns AI around you and grants you increased stamina and low gravity. There are other bosses you can transform into that will grant different abilities, like this one that gave me 0-point dashes instead of the low gravity effect. There is so much detail added to everything, making it one of the best chapters in Fortnite history. Fortnite didn't forget the secret Easter eggs around the map either, like opening and closing these doors. It's a nice way to surprise enemies. In this area right here, Sancho West even found an underground teleport.
Wow. I mean, it seems like Fortnite's put a lot of detail in. This feels like one of the old seasons back when Fortnite was first getting started.
You know where that now? Whoa! Watch. It's underneath. It's in the like hit the map.
You gotta hand it to Epic. They even polished the little things that most people wouldn't even notice, like the storm shrinking pop-up. Like when you're reloading your weapon. Leave it to Fortnite to make an 8-year-old game feel like a brand new one every single chapter. They did not disappoint. I give this season a 9.25 out of 10. Huge thank you to Epic.
I'm going to be testing a bunch of graphics cards with this new season, so please subscribe and like if you want to see what performance is like if you want to get your first gaming PC.